I'll have any trouble, you'll be here.
Good man. So it's right click, template, clean. Right click, template, clean. Right click, template, clean. When you're ready, click the screen and let's keep rolling.
Okay, I already clicked the screen, but I think I don't have the controls.
Alen. A-L-E. Okay, now click the screen.
Okay. Okay, let's start. This is the 4-hour time frame, and what we are seeing right now is that this was a significant downtrend with lower lows and lower highs being broken. We could also use this.
Do you know what? Can I just check something, please, bro?
Yes.
This is 4th of the 6th, yeah?
Yes.
Let me just go over to here a second. This is so long. What do we do with you here?
So I entered this trade based on this information.
So 4th of June.
Let me take.
No. What are we trading? Euro.
Are you on your
Yeah.
Euro USD again. I need to make a note of this.
Yeah, good.
Euro
So
Aussie dollar.
Anyway. No, don't.
Oh wow. We've done this with Paolo.
Okay, let's move to another pair.
Okay, so Euro Aussie dollar. No, we could do the same pair. It's completely fine.
Oh, okay.
We just need to change the date. Let's make it difficult, right? Let's go to October. If we check that, would have been such a waste of time. Or maybe not, 2 different perspectives, I guess. And New York close. So we have the 1st of the 10th, 2018, Euro Aussie dollar 500, New York close, 1 to 500, 725 start. Chart. Okay, good. Add. So let's go 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute close. Cool, let's change this to risk percent, 2.5. Let's go to news. Let's go to low impact off and Euro Aussie dollar only. Cool, and then let's do nothing else but right click template clean. Right click template clean. Right click template clean. All right, all good to go, bro.
Okay.
You're trading at the end of the year, man, so it's not going to be the easiest.
Okay, I understand. Okay, this is the 4 hour. Okay, so this here was a clear uptrend with higher highs and higher lows being broken. We can see this was a trend line which was broken. Potentially we would be looking for a double top or a missed double top formation. In this case we got it. The price then fell down from here. This was the missed double top. Price came down, made a lower low, made a lower high, and now potentially is making a lower low.
Okay. Wait, before you continue though, what is your bias on this market?
Now in this time, it's a sell bias market for me.
You're looking for sales, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So can you draw your support and resistance, blah, 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 and tell me what you're looking for, please?
Yes. Okay. I would identify this as a structure high and this as potentially a structure low. So basically what I am looking right now in this situation is for price to come back up either here or here and then continue back down, or if price breaks this bottom low and comes back for a retest, I would be looking to enter the market for a continuation to the downward move.
Okay, fine. So let me just do something for a second because I like your analysis, but I think we just need to keep it just a tiny bit cleaner. So you've recognized this as a previous structural low.
Yes.
You see prices come into the structural area now.
Yeah.
And now you're anticipating a continuation of this market structure, which means a slight push to the downside and a retest for continuation sells, or a slight pullback before a continuation of sells. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we can use one line. If you just tell us where your structural high is, please.
I think that it's here, or maybe no, down here.
Okay, so why would your structural high be there? That's all I want to know. So if we go over to the line chart, okay, let's not like this.
Yeah.
All right, fine. And then look for the major area on this chart. We could say this is possibly your major high,
yeah,
your lower high, and then potential lower high here, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Correct.
Okay, it may not be clear here. If we click this and then go to object clone 1 hour, we can see it's much clearer here, right?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So let's continue. We're going to press 4 hour candles and then we're going to see what we're looking for in this structure, okay?
Yes. Okay, so we see a clear break of the previous structure low.
Correct.
What we are waiting for is simply a retest of that structure low for a continuation.
Okay, fine. So let me ask you something, okay?
Yeah.
Let's clear these screens a second and let's just look at this just a tad bit more clearer. So we can see here on this structure, okay, price is stepping down.
Yeah.
We have the structural lows, we have the structural lower lows, lower highs, lower lows.
Yes.
Price now pushing back up, back into almost a resistance area, almost forming a double top, okay?
Okay.
Now, what we have to visualize here on this structure is that we have a big bullish engulfing candle stepping back into this structural range. So if we draw this like this, we can potentially see now price was trading below this structure. We could draw this even better, to be honest with you. Okay, trading below the structure, we've had this break above, we've had this 4 hour attempt breakdown, 4 hour attempt breakdown, and what do we see with these wicks? One thing I'm going to say to everybody that's watching this right now is the biggest sign for us trading, period, other than all the other things that I'm trying to implement for you guys and work on, wicks, 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 wicks. Okay, they are so powerful. Now, you can't just use wicks on their own solely. You have to use structure, okay? Structure is price was trading below here, below here, below here, and then all of a sudden we've had this break above, close above this trend line, an attempt to push back down, and wicks. Now, this can indicate a potential what based on the patterns we're learning?
A potential reversal.
Okay, so it doesn't mean we're looking for buys, because what could potentially happen is price could come back into this area here and do what?
And reject that area and move back down.
Right, so what we have to wait for clear buys is either a clear double bottom and then a continuation up, or a continuation up, retest, and then the continuation up. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see what happens with this market structure Let's continue to put the structure in. If you know these patterns, which I think you do, Alan, let's throw them in there, okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Click the screen and continue when you're ready. Now we're tapping. Oh, okay, fine, too late.
Did I miss something?
You missed a lot, but it doesn't matter. I want your eyes to just continue seeing what it wants to see, okay? This is your session. You decided to come forward. So if you see a trade, you take the trade. If you don't, you continue.
You see, that's the problem. I get confused quickly.
No, it doesn't matter. It's part of your learning. I'm gonna help you identify certain things. So just carry on doing what you're doing. Don't get stressed, bro. It's me and you. Don't worry about everybody else. Okay. So, Alan.
Yeah.
I want you to follow this, okay?
Okay.
We had the evidence of the break of the structure here, right? Indicating potential reversal in this market.
Yeah.
On the structure, we can see we're not getting clear higher highs, but what we're getting on this structure is clear structural support, okay?
Yeah.
You identify this. Can you identify this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, it may not make a lot of sense to you or other people here, or it may do, but when you go down to hourly chart, you see how these are structural higher lows and very clear ones.
Yes.
Okay. So what I need you guys to start recognizing is these patterns in terms of advanced analysis, that these can become very strong support areas. When we drop down to lower time frames, they become structural higher lows. Okay. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Now, if you start to recognize that on the Euro Aussie dollar, it doesn't give you clear structure as push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion, how you'd want to see it normally. Let me just illustrate that. So normally we want to see clear market structure like this. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. If we don't see it, but we identify on a pair that it prefers to push and then go sideways, and then again gives a push, then go sideways, then push, then sideways, then push, then sideways. What we can identify is structural low, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then if we're going to continue with this formation of the structure, because all we're doing is trading what the market is doing, do you see this price breaking below this structure level? No. Okay, so technically if price comes back and does exactly what it's done on the last 3 occasions and trading a trend line.
For buys, yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, when you get into a situation like this, you should have identified or would have wanted to identify this as a structural area of support or a higher low, i.e. in this instance, you would have seen this as a first observation, this push, this pull back, and then this wick formation. And then technically you'd want to get into your trade around here for a half decent stop loss and then a potential target to the upside. Now you would have gone from a 25 pip stop loss to probably another 15 pips more before the continuation up. It's a big ask. It's not wrong, but personally, I think it's a late entry in this trade. So it's up to you what you want to do. I've convinced you to do it. So I'd say avoid it and let's continue seeing what happens. Okay.
Okay.
But you get that basic lesson, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Trying to figure out what just happened there. Hold on a second. All right. Click the screen and take over and continue.
Okay, so basically now it's the same thing. We can also go to the hourly chart and check for this sideways movement to form a higher low and then look for a continuation move up.
Okay, fine. Where is your structural low though? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it's not yet. Let me go check on the hourly time frame.
No. Go back to the 4 hour.
Okay.
There's no decisions that are going to be made unless the 4 hourly time frame does what?
Makes a clear rejection.
Or gives us evidence. You don't have that clear rejection because you said, I'm not sure. You
Okay.
don't look for it on the lower time frames. Make sure that you can identify it on the 4 hour.
Okay, makes sense. Mm,
Okay, we have trend line break.
yeah, trend line break. Now we're looking for a potential move up for a missed double top or a double top formation.
And why are we looking for potential sells now?
Because the structure was broken. It's the price is below our trend line.
Okay, so the structure's been violated, indicating what kind of pressure in the market?
Selling pressure.
Selling pressure. Okay, very good.
Okay, so basically, okay, so even though the price did not came nowhere near this previous structure high, considering that this pair likes to move sideways and form structure, this could possibly be
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you know what? If you didn't identify that, that's on a rant which says you guys need to understand your pairs, their characteristics, and their personalities. Okay,
yes.
hold on. You need to understand your pair's personalities and characteristics because they have all different behavioral patterns. And I was waiting to see if you'd identify this as a potential higher low opportunity because we know that this pair likes to move sideways before it continues up. When you go to your lower time frame, you can see the push down, the break of the previous structure. We see price hovering around this area, attempt to push into this structure, which is this previous structural low. We don't know if this shit's going to sell, but we have to just identify what this pair likes to do, okay? So based on that, what was your plans?
My plans were to go maybe on the 1 hour time frame for like to identify some potential clues that a sell could continue from this point on.
Cool, fine. But I want to point one thing out to you. This is 4 hours.
Yes,
This is 8 hours.
12.
No, 4-8. These two candles, 4-8.
Yes. But what about the third one?
We're not talking about that one yet. This
Okay.
is 4-8. Just bear in mind what I'm saying. 4-8, now 12. Okay?
Yes.
The whole point, not the whole point, one of the most powerful things we can do as traders is trying to forecast what could potentially happen before it happens and get in advance, okay? Now, that being said, if you identify that you have a rejection here based on previous resistance, based on the trend structural break, the violation of this structure, let's draw it in so people can recognize this because this is how we do it, as simple as this. We have the break, violation, bearish pressure, attempt to push up, attempt to push up, attempt to push up, and now we see this rejection of this candle. You're now saying to me you want to see more evidence, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, based on what I've just said, do you think you need more evidence?
Probably not. Plus, there's a bearish engulfing candle right there.
Forget about that. I don't want anybody to focus on bearish engulfings, pin bars, nothing. Just let's focus on structure.
Okay.
We know that this, and I'm not off, I'm just trying to obviously drill it in everybody's head that if we know this pair is a pair that likes to move sideways before it continues up, and it failed to continue to push up at this structural level here,
Yeah.
we have this violation of this trend line, and now we're having the same theme, the same pattern, enough evidence. Do you think we need to wait for more evidence? If you think we do, then we have to wait for more evidence. If you don't think we do, then we just...
No, I would probably look, probably see what the stop loss range is.
Okay, so you manage this trade how you would normally manage this trade. That's completely fine.
Yeah, but this is like a 33 pip Stop loss.
Yeah, but one thing on when we do the simulation sessions, you have to just try and disregard stop losses and everything else because we're actually pressing 4-hour candles as opposed to allowing it to play in real time.
Okay.
But yeah, let's carry on. Let's wait for more evidence. So if you switch to hourly candles and let's wait for more evidence.
Okay. See, I don't know what to do right now.
Well, go back to the 4-hour because price hasn't come back into your zone. So go to the 4-hour chart. And now it's simple maths. Okay. We're never going to sell the lows and we're only going to be selling the highs because we need a what? A safe stop loss.
Yeah.
So there's no confusion what you need to do. You're either waiting for price to come back to give you a safe stop loss, or you're going to wait for price to continue to break down, make a lower low, come back for your retest for the continuation down. Okay?
Okay.
Don't get confused. If this is your zone that you've drawn, your key level you've drawn in your 4-hour, and you have to go to your 1-hour, because you see prices moved away from the zone, you start to think, oh, you know, what do I do now? Should I sell? Should I put my stop loss above here because it's going to now leave me, blah, blah, blah. Just forget about it. This is where you need to be. This is your destination. Wait for price to come back to your destination, wait for evidence, and then just say to yourself, I only need a good stop loss to get in this trade. And that's as simple as it is. I only need a good stop loss to enter this trade.
Okay.
If your stop loss around here was bad, your stop loss is going to be even worse here. Okay, so I wouldn't think too much about this. Let's just continue moving on and wait for more evidence, okay?
Okay.
Let's go, bro. Fine. Now, what I want to do here, Alan, second, okay? So let's just move on. It's now Tuesday morning, whatever day it is, I don't care, Wednesday morning. You've come to your charts, you've looked at it. Give me your fresh perspective on this chart, please, and draw your structure and tell me what's happening.
Basically, almost the same as the previous one.
Exactly, bro. Nice and simple. Wednesday morning, guys, you wake up, you've gone about your business, you've done what you've had to do, you've had your coffee, you've had your breakfast, you sent your missus or husband off to work, and now you're going back to analyze your charts. It doesn't matter what time it is, this is all you're doing, okay? Very good. What level is that you're drawing now?
That was the high.
That's it. It's just your high. Nice and simple. Go to your line chart for me, please. Where's your structural low?
Here.
Very good. Let's go. Very good, Alen. Okay, now tell me what you see has happened and what you're looking for now.
I am looking for a retest of this structure and the continuation move down.
Okay, can I ask if you're waiting specifically for that structure to be retested, or you're looking for structure to be formed? If you're looking for structure to be formed, then what structure is it?
I'm looking for...
So we have structural high, lower low. Then if we're continuing down, we have to exhaust to make a structural
lower high.
Very good. Before we continue to push down and make a new lower
low.
Okay. Now, if you look away from the charts for 3 seconds, look away, come back. Do you see an exhaustion phase on this market realistically?
Not yet.
Okay, so now what can you look for? You can look for price to exhaust back to this level or below this structural level, this level here, to warrant a lower high opportunity before we have or potentially have the continuation down. Now, to invalid this trade, what will happen? Price will come up, break this structure, retest the structure before the continuation up. Now, if anybody knows anything about price action, then you will know that in order for buys, we have to wait for clear evidence. So there's no reason why we're getting trapped by buys. We know for a fact that we're looking for a lower high. So the evidence we're waiting for is a 4-hour candle close. a new 4-hour candle open, and evidence of rejection on the 1-hour time frame. You cannot get trapped in this trade, okay? The only time you're going to lose money is when you rush into this opportunity. Now, visualize these candles. If we have this being an average range of these candles, we may have a push down, then we may have a sideways move in market, then we may have a small move up, then another small move up, then a slight rejection of this candle, then a potential push up, then a slight rejection, and then we can look at this area here for a sell opportunity. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for our candles. You guys can do the maths. You see there's no rush to get into sales. We just have to wait patiently. Make sense, Alan?
Yes.
Very good. So let's click the screen and continue and see what happens.
Okay, so basically price came back to our level but did not quite reject it.
Okay, so let me ask something. This is good analysis. Now, we don't need to keep this line here just because we've put it here. We can say, right, now we can see prices start to reject this area.
Yeah.
Okay, but it doesn't mean we have a sell yet. Now we have this 4-hour candle close. What are we going to be looking for in this area?
A kind of a sideways moving market, but not moving, but not breaking that higher.
Okay, if price now starts to break and close above this structure, does it mean we're looking for buys?
Not yet. It needs to break the most significant higher high.
Which is what? Take the cursor, click the screen and take the cursor. Which is which one?
Which is this one.
Very good. Let's continue. Beautiful analysis.
Okay, what do we see now? We see a clear rejection of this this higher high, which needs to be broken for us to look for a buy opportunity, indicating now that we can move on our lower time frame and possibly look for a sell, because this could be a double top formation.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear, bro. So I was hopefully in my head thinking, not hopefully, I was thinking in my head that I might have to reset you by asking you to look away from your chart. Anybody that can't see this, look away from your chart now. Let's count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's look back. Let's see this clear structure. This is in the course and everything we talk about on a day-by-day basis. Even though we've been building up that this could have been the potential lower high, this could have been the lower low. If we wake up now on Thursday, which is the date here, okay, we now see this market structure as break, clean push back into structural resistance, potentially forming a double top. Okay, and we only take double tops, double bottoms when we're taking reversals on the market structure. I didn't make it up, it's just proven through past history that this is the most powerful way to take a double top, okay, and a double bottom when we're looking for reversals. We can take them in continuations, which we do, but that's just another story, okay? So now you're saying, let's move to the hourly time frame. Let's clear it all. And let's clone this. Let's go to hourly candles and look for more evidence. Well done, Alan, well done. No. Hourly. Let's select hourly candles.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I would now probably enter a trade since we cannot do a sell stop order. So basically, this would be our entry. Our stop loss would be 22 pips above market structure.
It's too close. Go to your go to the left of your screen with that cursor. So
Yeah.
put your crosshairs on. From the entry, put your crosshairs on. Now go all the way to the first area on this market where price gave us this double top formation, to your left. Keep going, all the way to your left, all the way to your left.
Here.
Okay, so let me do it for you. Sorry, bro. So
Yeah.
entry here, we want stop loss clean above this level. You go safe 30 pips, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, and then if we go here, safe 30 pips, okay?
Okay.
Fine.
Okay, so stop loss is 30 pips. And what about our take profit 3 to 1?
87.
87. Okay, that's it. I can click sell now.
Yeah, that's correct. Okay, perfect. Now just hold on a second now.
Yes.
I just want to do something based on something. I just want to do something based on something that I'm doing here, okay? And this is just for me personally to see how I can implement this for you guys, okay? What? Okay. Why can't I move this? Oh, because I don't have enough history. Okay, I just want to look at something, guys.
Doing well, Alan. Love it, mate.
I don't have enough history here to work with this because we only done 725 days.
But what are you looking for?
It's too long to go into it now, but I just want to see this a second, okay? Tap, tap. Oh, hold on, this didn't copy over. Okay, and then this is 1, 2 here. Major structural. Okay. It's not enough history on this, man. Anyway, all right, cool, no problem. Just keep going. I just want to see this a second. All right, fine. So you can continue now. Let's move this up to around 800 and let's just hit play.
Okay. And leave it on the 4-hour time frame.
Yeah, please. I'm just going to take over a second just to read the chat. Oh, no problem. Silverback, don't worry, man. It's all good. Next time we can, you can take the session for us. It'll be great.
Okay, I would move my stop loss to break even.
Cool. Press pause and do that. Trades.
Where?
Trades. BE. How many pips is this? 44 pips. Cool. And then click the screen and press play when you're ready. Why did you move your stop loss to break even?
Just to protect my my capital.
Okay, cool. This was 1 to 3. Yeah, it was 1 to 3, just shy of.
rocks, is that the best way then, bring it to break even?
It just all depends on how you feel and how you want to manage your trades. Everybody's different. Some people are more conservative. Some people like to keep them open. I'm starting to realize that it's not my place to tell everybody how to manage their trades. If you want to go to break even, then you can. Me personally, I'm a very conservative trader. People like Patrick are more aggressive and they don't go to break even. But what works for you, man. In terms of controlling my emotions, I like to go break even around 50%. But anyway, by the way, Alan, good trade, okay?
Okay.
So now we have this double top formation. So what is the expectation of this market?
Continuation or a reversal.
Continuation what?
Continuation to the downside.
Okay, fine. Let's continue.
Okay. This could possibly be our lower high right here,
Okay.
which I did not identify immediately. So maybe
Yes.
we could
No.
enter another sell right here.
Okay, but you didn't get in this trade, so we can't go back.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what we are looking for right
So wait a minute. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. You've identified it as a a lower high. So can you mark your level for me, please?
What was that again?
I'm not repeating what I just said.
No,
Okay, so basically what's going on right now is that the market is consolidating, moving sideways.
Okay. Has your bias changed to buyers yet?
No, not yet.
What is your bias?
Right now, I would be probably looking for a clear break of this consolidation area,
Okay.
either to the downside with a retest or to the upside with a retest.
Okay, but about 10 minutes ago, you said to me that in order to take buys, you want the higher structure to be broken. Would you want a retest of this consolidation zone to then go look for a buy from here, to then go back into this previous support zone that you've mentioned, and now this previous structural high? So just to illustrate that, I understand this because the sentiment of the market is down. I understand why you're saying this, but you've drawn this as a previous resistance. So you'll have to pass this, and then you'll have to pass this before you potentially hit TP. So about 15 minutes ago, when we was looking at the structure over here, you said in order for buys, the funny person that's writing on the screen, stop it, please, because it's not respectful at all. And if everybody does this, then I'll just kick everybody out and it'll just be me and Alan. It's just not respectful, man. So this was the major high, right, Alan?
Yeah.
We know this is consolidation. We have to use common sense. I'm not saying you're not using it. I'm just saying we have to. We're not going to realistically wait for a retest of this structure back into this previous resistance level and then potentially into this resistance level. The safest option for this buy opportunity is a break, retest, and continuation. Does this make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you did say it back here a minute ago, and I don't want to go hunting for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go hunting for it. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was this double top area where you said that if we're going to look for buys, then we just want a clear break of this major high, right?
Yeah.
You get this clear break and you took the sell. So try and continue with that same theme, looking at the structure. You want a clean break of this structure, okay?
Okay.
Especially when we have strong resistance here and we have strong resistance here. It just doesn't meet the criteria of a good range for a buy opportunity, okay? Sell, yes. Buy, no. Does it make sense?
It makes sense, yes.
Okay, let's continue. Click the screen and continue.
Okay, we got our break.
Mm-hmm.
So is this our retest?
Go for the answer on the 1 hour and 30 minute. Go and clone that box, the consolidation box. Let's double click the box first to bring up the bubbles. Again. Yep, they're there.
Objects.
No, clone now, clone update selected, yep. And then go to your hourly. Go to your 30 minute. You can now go back to your hourly. You can answer that question yourself.
So no.
Okay, carry on. With my experience, I'm going to tell you it is yes, but carry on.
Okay, but explain to me, why is it yes? Why did I not see that?
Because it's not the easiest pattern to recognize. But let's do it like this. No, don't get frustrated, bro. You're going to learn, okay? You're going to learn. Structural low.
Yeah.
Previous structural low, resistance, okay?
Okay.
Break of the structure, close below.
Yeah.
Remember this, body closed below previous structure where wicks were last is an indication of bearish pressure. Tap back into structure. We have a wick rejection. Let's go to the hourly, let's clear this. We have the break of the structure low. We have a close below previous structure, which is the wick on the 4 hour. We have a test back into structure with a wick formation, okay?
Yeah.
Let's go over to the 30 minute. We have a break of the structural low, previous structure 4 hour, push back into structure, wick rejection 30 minute, stop loss above market structure, and then looking to just test these levels here for 36 pips and potentially a 12, 13 pip stop loss and a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio back to the structural low before we have the bounce back up, okay?
Okay.
It will come with experience, I promise you, okay? And the more time you put in your charts, everybody will be able to recognize this. You can ask the question. Now, let me tell you something. These are very aggressive trades. The one thing you will struggle with these trades is where do you put your stop loss. Now, that being said, where price is at now, to enter this trade is going to be a 26 pip stop loss. How we avoid being faked out by the structure is by identifying this break, this close below, using our lower time frames, and then immediately entering this market when we have an opportunity to shorten our stop loss, which was on the 4 hour, 25 pips, on the 30 minute now 11 pips, so that we don't have to target a 75 pip stop loss, which is way back. We can now target a 33 pip stop loss, okay? Because if this is the false breakout, then we're going to break back in. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Let me go back to Josh's question. Do you wait for price below the wicks to close below the wicks. Do I wait for price below the wicks to close below the wicks? No, I wait for price to show evidence of closing below where price previous closed. If you hover over this, the close of this candle, if the information pops up, I don't know why it's not, is going to be this close here. This range is going to be measured from here to here. They're not going to account for the wicks. So once I see price failing, break below and close below, then I know bearish pressures in the market, period. That is a continuation of this overall break of the structure, this push down, violation of the structure, this retest, double top, and this push down. When I look at market structure like this and I don't see any clear direction, then I start to anticipate an overall accumulation stage where price is trying to collect enough orders to continue. Now, I don't know if anybody remembered, I drew this box. This was based on higher time frame analysis, okay? And my anticipation is if we have first touch, we have touch here, okay? I mean, you can draw this anywhere to be honest with you, but I'm more focused on this downside. I'm expecting this continuation to the downside. That's only because of yesterday me studying and reading and watching and looking at my charts. I'm still expecting this price to go down, okay? Even though everybody didn't read and study and look at everything I was watching yesterday, we still can anticipate that we are in a sell bias market. How can we do this? Again, we have break of structure, bearish pressure, double top, structural high, structural lower high, structural lower high, and then now anticipation is that this lower high will not be violated. Price will trade below the structure to continue to push down to make a lower low of these previous structures, okay? Now the question was not what I've just said, the question was, can we take this as a retest? I said, yes, you can, but you have to make sure that you get in with the minimal stop loss for minimal reward, because price is allowed to continue pushing up and trade below this previous structure high before it continues down. That will then identify to us previous structural high, structural lower high, lower high, lower high, okay? And then we continue phase down. I want to see price come here personally just for my benefit, not for what we're teaching at the moment, okay? So this is a possible sell opportunity, but you know now 4 hourly, this is way too big. 30 minute, if you got in at the earliest rejection, would have been 1/3 of what the stop loss is now, okay? So it's a no entry. Yeah, I don't use lower time frame for candles. I use 4 hour only. This is a wick to me on the 4 hour. This is a close on the 4 hour. 30 minutes says this is candle, which I don't care about. I'm only down here to see first signs of rejection. I'm here to see first signs of rejection. Here is the reason why I'm taking a sell. Structural low, structural low. Okay, that's it, candle close. Where's the stop loss zone? If you tell me where the stop loss zone is. Look at this chart, it's a good question. Where is the stop loss zone? This box here, say yes quickly. The lower box, this one here. Just say yes quickly, bro. Yes, 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 quickly for me. Okay, fine. So we are anticipating this is market structure, okay? Okay, structural break, double top, structural lower low, structural lower low. This is your stop loss zone, which you should call it out now. Right, so I'm only focused about price trading below the structure, okay? So let me do this as an example. 61 pip stop loss, which is really unrealistic. 60, 121.80. Okay, I'm just going to do this for example's sake, just to show you guys something. I don't care. I'm just focusing on market structure. Can I just ask the question, is this stop loss above the stop loss zone that you was asking about?
No, it needs to be above market structure.
No. I just want to illustrate something now because you're asking questions and now somebody else is asking questions. If this was a stop loss zone, we want to make sure our stop loss is above the market structure, okay? Now, the way I'm looking at this structure in my head is break of structure, double top, structural low, structural lower high, lower high. As long as price does not trade above this structural high, I am now expecting price to continue to push down to make a lower low. Pull back, lower high, lower low. And the only time I'm going to really change my bias on this market structure is when the structure starts to violate the trend. I'm now going to take the sell based on that theory with a huge stop loss to see what happens, okay? So 61.21.8 is 1 to 3, and we're going to let this play out and see what happens. Now, in real life, you're not going to take a trade with 60 pip stop loss because you'll be sitting in this trade for hours, days and days and days. That's why we scale down to our lower time frames to look for entries, okay? I think you're asking what happens if the breaking goes back inside the translation area, back double, break out, I think. No, well, look at this consolidation now. I'm not looking at this consolidation. I'm looking at this structure clean as Wednesday morning, and now I'm looking at it like this. Push up. Double top. Structural lower high. Structural lower high. Structural lower high. Meaning price is allowed to trade anywhere in this area. I mean, my stop loss is not safe. Anywhere in this area before I expect the market to go down. Okay. Now I have, oh damn, I removed my box. But anyway, I just want to see what happens. Okay. Overall consensus of this market is down based on market structure, and we're just going to see what happens. And I need to use the bathroom, so bear with me while you watch this. This is so slow, man. What's the chat saying? No, I'm not interested in going break even because this wasn't a trade that should have been taken based on a stop loss. But I just want to illustrate to you guys that market structure is market structure. Double top is double top. Now, let me just point something out, okay? Notice, guys, most people trade from the left, so they're looking at support and resistance. They do all... What is that? Where is it?
Sounds like a bomb.
No, how many have in the house? Just this one.
Be careful, guys.
She's burning down the house again. All right. All right, cool. So guys, most people look to the left on their chart, okay? And this is what they're doing all of this crap. Let's find this, let's find that, okay? Now, this looks really messy to me, and I will be totally honest with you guys. I've done this, and ladies, I've done this in the beginning. Constantly support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. That's why I say to you guys, I found something new. I've got something new because I'm continuously trying to progress to help everybody else, and of course myself as well. This doesn't work in the real world, okay? This just does not work in the real world. Now, I don't know where I have my box at in terms of trend line on daily, but I'm sure it was down here somewhere. I'm expecting price to retrace from major supply zones in the market back into major demand zones in the market before price starts to do anything. All this noise in the middle is straight up retail traders, okay? Now, one thing you guys have to understand is this is price action here to the left, lots of history. Nobody focuses on the left where price could potentially come back to, okay? This is a blank canvas. We're painters. We need to paint our story to the right. I'm not going to go into too much details because it's not something I share with everybody, but I want you to focus on this, okay? Let's focus more to the right than to the left, because the left is what retail traders are looking at, and we don't want to be retail traders. So now we're just going to play this out and see what happens. Okay, fine. Stop loss, TP taken, okay? Now, even though some of you might say, wow, what a great trade, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. This is 56 4-hour candles. You are not sitting in this trade for this long in real life. So this is why we need to try to use the information that we're using, which is market structure, identify market structure, identify double top opportunities, identify price stepping down, okay? And then look for areas where we don't believe price can break back above, so that we can then minimize a stop loss that was once 60 pips to a stop loss that can now potentially be very small, let's say 20, 25 pips, so that we can hit our target in the space of a day, as opposed to having to wait for 55 4-hour candles. Okay? So that's our only job, to try and scale in and figure out how we can make our stop loss smaller. 9 days. Thank you, Hass. All right. Sorry about your dog, bro. So, cool. That's done. I mean, to be honest with you, if you guys want to trade like this, then just know all you have to do is extend your stop loss, but just know that you're sitting in this for 9 days. Okay? It's that simple. Let's take one more trade. So let's take one more trade, Alan, and then we'll call it a night, okay?
Actually, I'm about to say my goodbyes because I have some urgent thing to attend to.
Cool, no problem. So I'm going to call it a night as well. You can go off. Thank you for your time, bro. And
Thank you for your guidance. I still have a lot of work to do.
don't worry, bro. I mean, the quicker you put in this work and the more time you spend on it, the quicker you'll overcome these hurdles, man. And you know that I'm in the group. Mentors are in the group. If you need any questions answered, just fire them away, Alan, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
And you go and deal with your emergency. I hope everything's okay, and we'll speak with you soon, all right?
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
And take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Does anybody have any questions on this session? Josh said he always cried. I mean, Josh, you remember with this entry here, we had our stop loss here. We said that it's not a safe stop loss because we have to have it above previous structure high. Let's just measure that a second. So if we had this from entry here, above previous structure high, which is safe, that means we're looking for 91.8240. How do I do this, man? I have to visualize it's 240. We only went for 1 to 3, so why would this 240? Okay, 240 is a bit down here. What happens next? Yeah, anyway, we would have hit TP, okay? We had our stop loss here below this structure, which is unsafe in terms of this sell. We need it above, and then we would have hit TP down here, okay? So that's cleared up. Yeah, I know this is swing, but you called me out on this structural break and the candles in terms of lower time frames. And then somebody says, what if price comes back to the stop loss area? So I just wanted to illustrate, it doesn't matter where you enter this trade. If we have an overall consensus of this market is sell bias based on structural support, break of the trend line, then price stepping down, what we have to do is just slam sells on the market, okay? We only have one job, which is to try and find a feasible stop loss to get into the market so that we can get our reward as soon as possible, but at the same time be safe, okay? That's all we're looking for. And what we'll continue to do in this market is just wait to see what price does. If price starts to retrace on us, come back. I mean, this is now tapping into like daily levels, to be honest with you. Jeez. Trendline structure here. Trendline break of this structure here. And every time I'm looking at my charts, I'm going to be very honest with you guys, I'm just looking at this every day with a new, fresh perspective. Structural rejection. And another thing, I mean, I'm not going to go into all of this now. We'll go into a bit more detail on Sunday. When you see rejection and wicks, whatever else, you guys need to try and just use your intuition and say to yourself, well, you know, is this going to be a buy bias market now? And if you think it is, then again, you only have one job, which is to look for potential opportunities to buy this market. If you don't get those opportunities, then you just don't buy the market, okay? Failed to break. Failed to break. So now, I mean, something I talk about all the time. We have push up, break of the structure, looking for buy bias. Now I'm viewing this market as structure high or low. This market here has a structure high. Now this is not a safe trading opportunity. Price is in the middle. I need more evidence. Now we had this break of this structural low, so we never failed to make a higher high in this market. Now we have a strong push back into this market. Indecision. Bearish candle. So I don't care about this. This is how I'm reading the market. Structure down, violation of the structure, previous structure high, missed double bottom, failed to break above the previous structure high, lack of bearish pressure, push back into structure, push back into consolidation. 4-hour candles indicating failing to push up because we see the indecision here. And then frig. This is a late entry in this trade. 30 pip stop loss. Let's just do it, man. 30 pip stop loss. And then let's just go for 90 pip target. Go to the 4-hour. And then this is just how I'm looking at it. Done. Okay. Moving forward, I'm continuing sell bias on this market structure. I'm just waiting for more evidence of a pullback. We have this now breaking the structure high, high and low, failed to break structure high, so bearish pressure in the market. We have the bearish break of the structure. We tried to break back into this consolidation. We failed the market here. We had this break, the retest of the structure before the continuation down, previous structure low, lower low. Now, all I'm looking for this market is a potential pullback on this structure to look for a sell opportunity, and then that's it. So just wait for the opportunity. This is not clear evidence. This is a big bullish candle. This is now the previous structure low. Previous structure. Wow, what's going on? Structural high. Structural low, body closed below these candles, so lower low structure. So I'm still sell bias on this market. And then now I'm just looking for an opportunity to sell this structure if I get one. Okay, fine. And we'll just use this, whatever. Previous structural high, 52. I mean, this is another huge stop loss, so this is really not good management, but I'm just going to continue selling off this market until the market tells me otherwise. That's a type stop loss. There you go, target with a wick and done. And that's it, guys. And then until this market reverses and tell me something different, so I'll be looking at the structure like this. And I'm going to tell you something. This is a bit misleading in terms of real life because, I mean, look, this is another what? 4 days, 5 days of waiting for these trading opportunities. Most people are not patient enough to wait for them. So you just have to try and put this in perspective realistically. Jeez. Now, what happens with gaps, guys? More often than not, price is going to come back to fill these gaps. Big bullish candle. Now, this is how I'm identifying this market structure. We've had the break of the structural lower low, but I'm identifying this huge gap. We've had this attempt to break the structure here and this structural lower low here. Now, I just illustrate this on the lower time frames that this is a lower low. Go into the 30-minute time frame. So we see here structural low, lower high, lower low, and now we have this huge momentum back into the structure. All you engulfing candle traders will just take this and then 330, and then this might have been a big ask. Structural support, trend line. Okay, price did come back to this trend line. Remember, guys, at the break of this trend line, back to this strong support zone. We have a gap to fill. That's what I'm going by here. For our time frame, management zone here. Oh, fuck it, man. Let's just go see what happens. Okay, let me illustrate something to you guys, okay? This is how I'll be looking at this time frame. I'll start to see that price is doing this, stepping up. Now, I know from the lower time frames that this is a potential trend line. Okay, we can move this down a tad. Let's clone this. 30-minute. Okay, price continues to push up on this market structure. And 10 is 50. Break even this trade for management. Okay, trade done on this pair. Oh, damn. And I'm just going to continue by bias until the market tells me otherwise, to be honest with you. 27, 28, just say 30, 60, 90. What? 25, 75, 25, 75. And then that's a super tight stop loss. TP hit. And then guys, you just continue doing this, more evidence of this structure now. Oops. Clean. Structural push up. Need an exhaustion on this market, need more evidence. Okay, now we have the exact same thing. So we have a gap up, looking for expected gap close down of this market. So let's just go super safe on this. 60 and then 180. Sell. This is what, 60. Looking for 90 pips to break even. 90 pips to break even. Structural support here. Stop loss above market structure 40. 40. And then 40. You want 20. Just try it. There you go. We're still in our first trade at break even. It's fine. Cool. Call it a night, man. It's done. But you see the point. You just continue just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And guys, just follow your gut. Seriously, man. We don't have to make it difficult at all. Okay. Anyway, man, it's done. We came out of one break-even trade, one loss on this rally here. So we'll probably call it a night. If anybody has any questions, then feel free to ask me. If not, then I'm going to go off and spend the rest of the evening with my family. No, I don't, bro. You will never know what I'm doing with my trading other than what you see on the live sessions and what I teach you, okay? My results are not going to help you with your results. My teachings will help you with your results, okay? The session will be or has been recorded and it will be uploaded to the Google Drive, okay? And for those that are on the live session, you will see me calling out trades on a regular and daily basis. So hopefully that's enough for you. If you need more, then you might need somebody else to mentor you, okay? I'm really trying to be as sincere and open and transparent as possible for each of you to see what's happening. Let's see what's happening over here. So GJ, we are now still stuck in this trade. It's fine. UJ screwed me anyway. UCAD, we had this sell-off. I never entered this trade anyway, but this is interesting. Price now retraced back to these levels here. You can see price finding some sort of resistance level here, and enough key levels on this market show strong signs of resistance. Let's see, we have this continued momentum and no break above this previous structure. As you can see where the bodies are closing on these candles here. Okay, body closes, wicks above. Let's see how price starts to react here. I'd like to see this continue push down in terms of my analysis. This was a break above, which was anticipated. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I have 1 point, 2 point, second point here of contact. I'd like to see this price now start to close in the next around 10 minutes and start to reject around this level. I'm going to be, well, yes, exactly, looking for this on an hourly time frame. And then for a potential safe entry on this trade, market price is here, stop was above market structure, and then a nice simple 1-2 on this trade. But it's not something I'm going to be entering now. Spreads are going to be increasing, guys, so just remember that. Wait patiently. Pound Swiss franc, okay, this is the one I didn't enter. The pound Aussie dollar was expecting this break. Let's see if we get this retest. Euro CAD, we're waiting for this price to come back to the structure. Gold almost completed, baby. Damn, look how close that was to my alarm. And you know, the whole time I was in that session, I was just like, one of these alarms need to go off, please. This now is what? I mean, to be honest with you, this is 1% risk, 2% gain. This probably could be a wrap for me. I have nothing to prove, to be honest. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, get out of there, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
You called that before, and I was like, yes, it could happen because this and that. It's not. It wasn't. EU and UJ have been going up all afternoon.
Yeah.
Session. What is that, man?
Cool. And this range from here, I mean,
beautiful trade, man. What?
You was there on the live session when we called this, right?
Yep.
95. Cool. That's done. So this is this one here. Yeah, we expected this break of GU. Now this retest. Let's see what happens. My eyes can't get used to these candles no more. This is what I'm getting used to. Dollar Swiss franc. Okay, yeah, we said let's see how price starts to react around this level. On second thoughts on this trade, okay, this is not safe. Based on my new approach to the market, I would personally say let's see how price reacts in and around these levels first. Forget this resistance because it makes no sense in terms of structure. Let's see how price starts to pull back into around these levels and show signs of rejection. That's what we've patiently been waiting for today. Euro USD, this is going to tank, man. I just had that feeling and I want it to just to fill this trade for one of our members. New Zealand USD, did not look at this one. I don't know what this is, guys. I just don't know what it is. I mean, I can see what it is in terms of what we're used to, which is break of the structure, double bottom, break of the previous structure high, retest of the level, but I don't know what it is. Aussie dollar USD. Oops. One of our members still in this trade, so hopefully it will be okay and we get this rejection. We're down here now. Let's see if we get this pushed down. If not, it was a great trade anyway. Just didn't complete, okay? And that's it. Aussie dollar USD. Again, I don't know what this is. To be honest with you. I mean, I know what it is looking at this structure from here. Stop loss above the market structure. I don't know. Anyway, this doesn't need to be here. This wasn't analyzed today. All right, coolio, guys. I'm going to call it a night today. Again, obviously, I'm not around Fridays. Well, I am around, but I don't trade Fridays. If you need me, at me. I will try and upload this by tomorrow morning. It has to download and then render. So just be patient with it, okay? There is a session on the drive that I uploaded, so it is worth watching that first. And then you can go over this another time. We thank Alen for his time, everybody else for their participation. And what do I think about gold? Oh yeah, shit, Sunday session. Hold on a minute, I put the times in the group. Everybody was supposed to pick one. I think most people voted for 7 in the evening, but I have to go back and look at it. I'll do that after I've had dinner. What do I think about gold? Johnny, for real, bro. I'm looking for gold to fill this and hit this take profit. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, man. I mean, I still think there's a lot of upward momentum for this pair. And the reason why I'm saying that as a negative correlating pair with UJ, I mean, again, as I said, look into the left, guys. We have this much room here. We have so much traffic that this price has to break. Surely we're going to come down and fill some of this range at some point. That's what I'm seeing. So I don't know when it's going to happen, but it should have to. In that case, technically, I should be able to fill this range on Pixie, on gold. So I still think upwards movement at this moment in time, okay?
I can't seem to turn it on.
Turn what on? This Pixie. All right, guys, I'm calling it a night. Good night, ladies and everybody else.
Good night.
Good night. Patrick, I don't know who the admin is. Ida, Isu, Bonko, Darren, D, Derek, Mark, Kaya, Marvin, Matthew, Patrick, Ruben, Stefano, Jonas, and Emra. Good night. Take care. Have a good Friday.
See you later.
Hold on, isn't it NFP tomorrow?
Yeah.
Out the markets, man. No, I feel delirious now. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.